So, my arch nemesis John Campea coming again to torment me with his shilling for the Sony Spiderverse, which I have been very consistently critical of, and not joining the crowd with Spiderverse is the greatest movie. No, it's a piece of garbage. But anyway, now we have to move on to Kraven, a truly great, incredible character in the Spider-Man canon, and they pushed back Kraven to Christmas. So is it a time to cheer or jeer? Well, shocker, John Campea is like, I have faith in my studios and producers, and he gives us the reasons why to maybe Kraven could work, despite a trailer which most fans thought was laughable.
Things that happened prior to Madam Web coming out, and we talked about it on the show, that screamed that Sony didn't have any belief in the film. Remember, we talked about it several times before the movie came out. It's like, I'm interested in.
So it turns out the Kraven people have a decent director and a decent writer. Now, I am not going to defend Madame Web. Madame Web is what it is. It is a pretty big piece of garbage. It has some nice, shiny, few flashy moments. And if you can get into it, I guess it's fun, silly horror movie stuff. But really, it is just alarmingly not even average, just below average, and just barely qualifies as a film. But that is Madame Web, female director, and a pair of bad male writers who consistently put out some insanely not good stuff. However, I will defend Morbius a little bit. I think Morbius gets overly hated. I'm not saying it's a good movie. I agree. I think it's pretty bad, but it's not as bad as people say it is. It's kind of just like, it's barely okay. So I defend them on Morbius, which I think tried to do something. Now, as far as, okay, they have some better creative people on Kraven. They have a good actor, but really, I mean, this isn't hard. Kraven is a very old character. If you really know his story, he goes back to Bolshevik Russia. He has this very weird, tragic backstory of being from an aristocracy, and in his final fight with Spider-Man, he is suffering and decides to go out like a very masculine, manly man in a very shocking Spider-Man story. Are they going to do that? No. They're probably going to do another Venom, trashy, the guy quips, there's a lot of blood, it's R-rated, like that's supposed to mean something.
Huh?
Don't you malign that movie.
Dracula Untold, the last witch hunter in the 2017 Power Rangers.
That's my Netflix queue.
Right there. Now, juxtapose that, besides the fact that the director of Kraven is J.C. Chan.
No, yes, not to be totally contradicting myself, but I do think Deadpool and Wolverine being R-rated, that is important. So sometimes the R rating will help. And yes, the fact that they're willing to do R rating for Kraven, it's like, okay, that's interesting. That is something. Got to keep that in consideration. But really, like, huh? Really? I don't know. I mean, listen, I don't hate John Campea, but on average, this stuff is just so moronic. Hey guys, the producers are saying good things about Kraven. Let's report on that. Why? Why are we reporting on that? But anyway, this could have been a better segment. Just include other things, maybe put them together. But like, they're just solidly talking like, what, 6, 7 minutes? Oh, maybe it could work. Still, I will say one of the guys did a really good joke about. I'm not into Netflix like that, but I do watch a lot of Netflix. He said, "Oh, it's like my Netflix cube." I'll say this: maybe I'll give Punisher Warzone a chance. But really, let's face up to it. Kraven will probably be really bad, but maybe it will make a lot of money. Maybe it will double, triple their budget, and they'll be like, hey, it made like $500 million. Let's have a whole Kraven universe. Oh boy, the KCU. But hey, Venom's coming, and it's got The Last Dance. Right. So anyway, X-Men 97 was really good. You guys need to see that. Maybe, or start seeing it. I'm probably going to see it over again because I missed Psylocke. I was like, oh, there's Psylocke? Okay, that's more interesting. That's fun and interesting to talk about. Kraven possibly being a hidden super great film. Yeah, I'm a little skeptical.